Hey guys, it's Dylan from flexfatloss.com, Fat Loss for Busy Dudes, and I just wanted to bring you a quick video today on how your breakfast is not only making you feel like shit and perform like shit, but also how it's making you look like shit too. Now, we all know it, it's pretty simple, we've heard it a million times before. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but it's also a double-edged sword, so it can either work for you or it can work against you. Now, ideally, we want it working for us and making us feel good instead of it working against us and making us feel like shit, perform like shit, and look like shit too. And I'll get into exactly how it makes you feel and look and perform this way in just a second. But before we get into that, I want to give you 6 foods or meals that you might already be eating for breakfast that are just, you're going to have to stop and change that sort of morning routine. And just to get straight into them, the first one is just plain cereal with skim milk or something like that. And I'm gonna tell you why these are bad. Just plain toast with some butter and maybe some sort of Vegemite or peanut butter, jam, any sort of topping as well, spread. Plain oats, yes, oats are good. I'm going to tell you how eating them by themselves is bad. Processed juices, your cereal bars and your breakfast bars and drinks and stuff like that as well. And then worst of all, just plain nothing. Okay. Now, if you are already doing this, that's okay, because we're going to fix it and you're going to start performing better, looking better, and feeling better. Okay, so how are eating these sorts of foods actually bad, and how are they decreasing your performance and decreasing how you look as well, or affecting how you look? It's really quite simple. You notice a trend in all those foods I just listed. They're all very carbohydrate dense foods, so meaning that they're basically just carbohydrates, maybe a little bit of fat, maybe a little bit of protein, but mainly just carbohydrates. And they're all pretty rapidly absorbing carbohydrates as well. So what will happen with your blood sugar levels throughout the day is you'll get a big spike in the morning, they'll drop back down, plummeting. Mid-morning or even before lunch, you'll start to feel like crap, pretty hungry, pretty low in energy. You can't actually focus on anything except maybe if you have another coffee. And the next thing you're going to reach for is, okay, I need something that's going to give me that energy kick again. Bang, carbohydrates again, because that's sort of, you started a vicious cycle where you're not actually doing a heap of exercise because you're busy working, and you actually have to be continually eating carbohydrates because you're getting this big up and down with your blood glucose levels, your insulin levels, and that will cause peaks and troughs in your energy levels too. Okay, so it's really quite easy to fix this. Now, I like to eat oats for breakfast. I actually make like a breakfast shake. It takes like 5 minutes, 10 minutes all up in terms of preparing, eating, and getting out of the door. Okay, get up early. I want to get up, get what I need in, and get out without it tasting like shit and also making me feel terrible. So a few rules to actually follow by when deciding what to eat for breakfast is to always aim for a bulk amount of protein and a good amount of healthy fats. Now, how do you do this? Okay, so you can have eggs on toast, not one egg. One egg isn't enough. We're looking at 3 to 4 if you're a male. Anything over 70 kilos, you need a good serving of protein and having good sources of fat. So again, in eggs there's fats, avocado, there's so many different ways to do it. What I like to do personally, I use a protein supplement first thing in the morning, and that's basically for convenience sake. I don't have one every meal, okay? But what I will do, and this is something I recommend to a lot of people, is to have like a sort of breakfast shake full of heaps of different nutritional foods. It follows the rules of being high in protein, high in fats, and there's a little bit of carbohydrates in there too. Not a lot, but a little bit. And this way, when you're having good amount of protein and fats, instead of getting that big spike in your blood glucose levels like you would if you were just having those carbohydrate meals, you actually get more of a steady increase, and you don't end up being hungry really early in the day, and that's what we want. Okay, we don't want to start that vicious cycle where the next thing we're reaching for is more carbohydrates, more coffee, more carbohydrates, more coffee, because that is not what is going to get us the results we want out of our body. in the way we perform and the way we can live our day-to-day life, and also the way we look, okay? That sort of breakfast is not going to promote fat loss, just due to what happens afterwards throughout the day. Okay, it's okay for one-off, like every now and then, but let's try and avoid it. What I do is, like I said, have that shake. I get a protein supplement in there, so a whey protein isolate. I'll put some peanut butter in there. I love peanut butter, it's healthy fat. And I'll also put some frozen spinach, some blueberries, and some oats, okay? Might add a small bit of banana in there too, depending on what I'm doing throughout the day. I don't want to make it too carb heavy. I want good protein, good fats, and a little bit of extra just to give it something. Okay, so the big focus for all you guys out there, all you busy guys, is to have a protein and fat based breakfast. That doesn't mean you can't have carbohydrates with it. I'd be a hypocrite if I told you to do that, but aim for majority proteins and fats. All right, guys, start applying this and start noticing within yourself the results you start getting through your energy levels throughout the day, your hunger levels throughout the day, and your food options throughout the day, which also will then start leading to your body composition as well, how you look and how you feel about how you look too. All right, guys, that's it. Get stuck into it, apply that for your breakfast, and start reaping the rewards.